Hello everyone, and welcome back for some more Prismata. Let's jump in the queue and try to get some wins back on the ticket. SVYAT, Svyat? I don't think I know this person. So what's the deal? Drake and Smorkus are both pressure units. And I think you can use Lance-Tooth together with Drake pretty efficiently. Arms Race is cool, but I don't think I really want to get green or red. I just want blue, please. Ooh, really? I think Drakes should put on too much pressure for that. Like, I guess you can get Smorkus, but I don't see that working out for you. Okay, alright, Smorkus into Lance-Tooth. That's cute. I'll give you that. Okay, I didn't think about that. Clicking the Lance-Tooth, or clicking the Smorkus to fuel the Lance-Tooths. That's pretty good. But you can't do it again, because the Drake is going to force you to defend. Right? So you build another Smorkus, I guess? Yeah. So, what now? From my opponent. I'm not sure. Probably not a Lance-Tooth. Okay. Just some more attack. Yikes. I mean, our attack numbers are pretty similar, but I have threat. Oh gosh, I gotta remember, he can't click all his Smorkuses. I gotta pay more attention to how this number is actually calculated. This wall was like just an error, I think. Although he's building an Anos now to make it a little bit more true. So the amount he can actually attack for is 1 less than this, i.e. 8. Oh, that's sort of a problem, isn't it? He doesn't really want to attack for 8 unless I offer him the breach, in which case he will. I think I'm going to lose this game. The Smorkus Lance-Tooth synergy is not one that I have ever noticed before. Yeah, this drone should have been 2 NGs. Ugh. This is not going well. I just can't afford to let myself keep getting granularity exploited like this. It's just like not a winning solution here. What am I supposed to do? I suddenly have to like hold back drones to stop myself from getting murdered. Like, imagine if I'd built 2 NGs last turn. How much better a position would I be in? Would it be good enough? I don't know. I don't think so. But look, we did it. We're exploiting it. Oh, boy. So he's really, of course, threatening to attack for at most 9. But he could attack for like 7 or 8 if it's convenient for him. 9 is fine with me, but 8 kind of sucks. Maybe I should just do this. That's probably better, right? Of course, not nearly as good as if I had built, like, NGs instead of drone. Why did I hold another drone? In case he had wanted to attack for less than his max, I guess? Alright, 7. I like 7. Here he attacks for at most 9? Alright, this holds. And I think it will be exactly 9. God, the wall supplies don't look... I should have probably clicked this Drake last turn, but no, we were exploiting him, so it would have been just for 1 damage. Build a Rhino? No, I just build more NGs. He's holding a drone, but like I'm just in really, really sad shape. He's attacking for 9, that's a breach for 4. Well, this defends all the important units. Yeah? I think I will breach you again if you do this, right? Or I will breach you if you offer me this choice, I guess is what I'm saying. And if you do, I'm not so sure that you're ahead. I think you have to kill the Steel Splitter. Well, this breaches me for way too much, so... There you go. Easy. Sadly, I think he is defending this. Oh, I held back too many drones. Could have clicked 2 more. Or 1 more, anyway, and still held the Steel Splitter. Yeah, that has got to be lights out, right? So, I was a little bit too... I saw Lance-Tooth and Drake, and like that's sort of a synergy. It's a way to easily produce 2 attack, and then a way to make use of the 2 attack. Seems good. What I didn't think about is that Smorkas is an even easier way to produce 2 attack with less economy, less commitment, right? And it lets him get going on the Lance-Tooths faster. And you tech out of the red. Like, you're not super committed to red because you can always just spend any red on on Smorkases if you want to do something else with your money. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, not spotting that and going for mono blue was basically, like, game over already. I made some definite mistakes here, like, where was the turn that I built a drone? Here? This was a big mistake. This turn here, I don't know. I let him exploit me, but I'm not sure what I was supposed to do instead. But this turn here was a clear mistake. It cost me a lot on the next turn. I think he was still beating me anyway, but... Ugh. Alright, I don't want to look too long at that one. Cryo Ray Challenge 2. Yeah, so if you've watched my Prismata Master Challenges series, one of the puzzles is Cryo Ray Challenge 2, and not too long ago, a player pointed out that there are two solutions to the puzzle, but one of them only works because the bot misdefends, and so they changed the puzzle to make the bot not misdefend, and people are having a lot more trouble finding a solution now. I believe my solution in that series is the one where the bot misdefends, that if it defends correctly, my play doesn't work. So that's what they're talking about in the chat right now. A lot of people have, I think, found the wrong solution. It was a more popular solution than the correct one, and most players didn't realize there were two solutions until a pooch pointed it out at some point a week or two ago, maybe. And so when Elliot heard about it, he said, okay, we'll fix the bot to get rid of the other one. Rupert. There's a name I've grown to fear from my dungeon crawl days. Wow. A lot of freeze is available. Also, Arms Race is kind of cool. So I don't think we're going to be able to get up to Vi. But, like... green, blue, and red, like, seems good to get Arms Races and then maybe Ice Blades at some point. Electivores are a good counter to Arms Race, so maybe I don't even want that. Right, if I build Arms Races, my opponent counters with Electivores, and I feel kind of bad. But if he is doing that, maybe I can just build, like... If he's prepared for that, it means he has red, in which case I can just sort of go for Ice Blades instead. And having some green won't be so bad, like, even if all I use it for is Force Fields and Gauss Cannons. Okay. So I sort of expect him to respond to this with... Well, I don't know. Tarsiers? Probably Vores, right? Because it looks like I'm threatening to Arms Race here. But I'm thinking of just building Ice Blade instead. Maybe I should do this. Get a real Animus. But I can't spend all this red, right? Well, eh. Vor Ice Blade, I guess. Maybe Vor Ice Blade is actually a good idea. Okay, so we built Tarsiers. I think that that's interesting. I don't know if it's right. But responding with maximum pressure against something like this seems pretty cool to me. And Arms Race would be the opposite of that. So my conduit looks kind of silly, I guess. Because I can't squeeze in even a force field when I'm building Ice Blade plus Vor. Hold drone? What? That's a mistake. You're never defending with that drone. We're floating some red here, which kind of sucks, but... Is this NG good? Yes, because he's going to kill an NG, and that turns off a Vor. I could build a Tarsier instead and then not need the NG, but I kind of want an NG anyway, and this way I'm attacking for more. On the other hand, he's about to build a wall, which I'm not really threatening to do much against, right? Yeah, I am, because he has no granularity. He's going to have to hold a drone to prevent losing the wall. 2 drones, because we're going to freeze one. So I guess he holds a Rhino and a drone, and then he's not killing an NG. I don't know, this seems alright to me. Yeah, 2 drones. Fine. But now he can't actually build much this turn. Not gonna work without any NGs. You should only hold 2 units back, not 2 drones and a Rhino. Sort of up to you which way you go, I guess, but okay, fine, we're doing it this way. I'm now wishing I had just a mobile Animus, because I can't really spend all of this tech. Well, that freeze doesn't matter, whatever. We'll make him defend with the drone on the right. There you go. I think Arms Race right now would be a mistake, even though it spends our tech reasonably well. He wants defense, and we shouldn't give it to him. Ugh. No, I'm gonna float this money and try to make some use of it somehow next turn. Well, whatever. We'll attack with this even though it doesn't... Well, I'll hold it. It clearly can't help to attack. Maybe somehow it helps to hold it, like I want to build a drone or something. Seems unlikely. So he's going to kill an engineer again, which means I still can't build a Vor, but I guess I can build a Tarsier and it'll hit eventually. God, Ice Blades are so unpleasant to defend against. At the moment it feels like I'm winning, although no guarantees. I guess we're gonna make him lose both Rhinos? That sounds pretty cool. And he threatens finally to kill an Ice Blade, but only if he blocks onto the Rhino. So he's probably gonna have only 5 attack, in which case Wall seems fine. He's either killing an Ice Blade or a Wall, and like there's no other scenario, so I don't need to protect this engineer. I can just do this. If he blocks onto the Rhino and attacks for 6, but chooses to kill NG Wall, or NG Wall, I guess is what it would kill, I guess that's fine with me. It turns off an Electrovore, but it leaves on an Ice Blade. I'll take it. Wow, choosing no Absorb just to get an Ice Blade. Wait, am I wrong? What happened there? I want to see his defense phase again. I don't understand. I thought this was a defense I didn't think was possible, and I must just be misunderstanding something. That, I guess? Makes him lose Rhino NG, and he has 6 attack again. He's probably gonna kill the Ice Blades, so maybe these engineers are overdoing it. He's making a lot of progress with these attackers. I think I should give up on the Ice Blades, actually. Do something like this. Well, I might as well build a Steel Splitter if I'm doing that, right? No, a Vor plus an Engineer is a more flexible Steel Splitter. Okay. And now the Ice Blades are no longer doing anything. But that's fine, I guess. Is it fine? This is fine. He can make me lose Wall NG instead of Ice Blade if he wants, and that turns off my Vor, but that's fine. Now he's attacking for 8, so Wall defends. Just more Vors. He's out of Tarsier supply, which is like not, it's neither good nor bad exactly. So what's the deal here? He's attacking for 10, which is sort of a problem. 5 is going on the wall, but after that we don't want to lose any more NGs. So we kind of want to build like 3 force fields about. And an NG. Is this about right? 5? Yeah, this is about right. Because now we lose 5, 9, 10, and we replace the 1 NG we're gonna lose. That green is finally paying off. I guess I built one too many force field, idiot. Okay. Once again, we're losing 5, 7. So we build force field NG. If I hadn't built too many force fields last turn, I could build 1 more NG this turn. He can't build walls anymore if he wants to defend, which is nice. I think we have this one. Okay, again, wall, force field. Can't build another NG, so I would lose 1 attack this way. I think I'll just force field instead and get one less absorb in exchange for keeping all my attackers on. Okay. And that should be game over. Interesting to see no resign. I'm not sure what that's all about. Well, this was kind of an interesting game. I think I built too many Ice Blades. I was putting them under pressure. Like, the early ones were definitely good. They were getting great value. But right about here, when he gets to 6 attack and can comfortably stay there for... Oh, I wanted to look at this turn, actually. I thought he was going to have to lose... Ah. No, okay, right. He did have to lose this wall. It's just he had another wall. He had a wall still next turn, and I was like, what? I thought he had to lose his only wall. But he had a wall that was still frozen. So he did indeed choose to get 0 absorb in order to kill an Ice Blade, which is pretty good for me. I don't know. I guess I actually transitioned out of Ice Blades around the right time. Like, getting 3 of them was good. It caused him a lot of pain. And I didn't ever build a 4th. So actually, I think that was about right. Good. I think insisting on Ice Blades would have been pretty bad because he would be making progress, building attackers and so on, while I would be just sort of spinning my wheels, building bad Ice Blades. Although, I don't know, I could be building like Ice Blade Tarsier. Once I had enough defense that I didn't have to worry about him killing my Engies anymore. But, it was fine to switch into Vors. And this green, I don't know about this. It helped in the end, eventually, of course, but so would just have, like, floating that money and buying another drone on, like, the next turn, for example. I would have seen the value from that drone much sooner, right? Say I had cut this conduit and built a drone this turn. I could then do all the stuff I was doing, but all of this green would be gold. Now I have 4 green, and I could, on this turn, pretend it's all gold, right? If I want to, I could spend that on a conduit. And be in, like, the same position as this, but with 4 green less and 1 drone more, right? I could transpose it to something like that. And indeed, when you get to the end of the game, I had 4 green left over, right? So I built more green than I needed. And it would have been better to have gold instead, which I could have done by floating on turn 2. Yeah, turn 2. But, I don't know, isn't it kind of useful to be able to threaten arms race? I don't know, maybe not. You can punish that so easily by just going red and getting a bunch of Electrovores and, like, zapping your opponent in the face. So that's something to think about, actually, is, like, when you're thinking of building a turn 2 conduit and then not building any more drones, consider just floating the gold and building 1 extra drone. It means you build up much less green, and you do it much later. But you get that extra drone. And if you're only really going to use the green for force fields, that's probably a good trade-off. Right? The green is just sitting here being wasted for like a dozen turns or something. 9 turns. If I had had $8 instead of that, like, gosh, imagine what I could do. And it's even better, of course, because it's like $1, on this turn, and then $2, and then $3, right? And at some point, you can reinvest it and get outcome, like, better stuff right away. I don't know. Anyway, point is, gold is good. Fine. So we finally won one. That's nice. That's my second episode, or second match today, right? Yeah, we lost against Svyat. Well, let's try to get one more in anyway. Oh look, there's a solution. You know, close your eyes if you want. If you want to figure out the cryo ray tactics to puzzle for yourself. What's on TV? Meowth versus Darky Emmy. Wow, Meowth is actually rated like lower, well, lower than I was when I started recording anyway. Stalker versus its otter. That sounds fun. Plus there's thermite cores and oh my god. One player's bought 4 Deadeyes and the other player's bought 0. That doesn't happen very often. I guess... Zangler 14 plus 4 is 18. Probably cut this husk. But I mean, I don't know. Might as well build the husk, right? So I guess, like, with the Deadeyes, Stalker sort of has inevitability on his side. If... Well, geez, gosh, look at this attack numbers. I was gonna say, if you can, like, just live long enough that you kill all your opponent's drones, you're gonna win. Which is true, but... Like, looking at the overwhelming attack disparity, I have to say its otter looks miles ahead here. He can't build a lot of defense each turn, but he doesn't need much defense. I mean, I guess the thermite core means you're not absorbing either. But we only have, like, 2 permanent attack. Wow, yeah, this feels over. $15 plus 4 is 19. Force field to defend. But yeah, I don't think that game's gonna go well for the guy without the Vi. Base plus 9. Ooh. Player 2 with Feral Warden. A lot, like, Feral Warden and Bloodphage and Tia are all, like, serious big deals in this set. Wow, that was a really fast turn 1 single drone. You don't see that very often. I don't know. How about that? We'll just do this one. I think he did it on purpose, though. I think he wants... No, why would you ever do that? Only if you wanted to build Animus Conduit next turn. And that's just gotta be losing, right? This is not enough for that to be a thing. Like, I could, like, build a single drone and pass the turn back to him, and then we could each choose not to harvest our drones, and he could rebuild the drone. But I actually, like, I think I should respect that my opponent actually did this on purpose and not, like, pander to him as though he hadn't. Like, I think it would just be insulting, wouldn't it? I don't know, what is this? Like, is he gonna do something weird out of this? I'm really excited to see if he builds, like, Animus Conduit this turn. No. He just, like, forgot to build the second drone. Okay. Well, this is gonna be exciting. Does he maybe have the disable confirmation phase option turned on? No, it seemed like he had a brief confirmation there. Huh. Is this right? I never know what to do in, like, feral sets. I think you want the green so you can, like, threaten Tia. And you can single drone Animus next turn, and, like, it seems okay. Alright, well, let's put all this garbage we're never buying at the bottom of the set, shall we? Stuff I might want one or two of near the bottom, and the stuff I'll want several of near the top. So, this is, I think, a very player 2 favored set. All of these units are like red and green and fast. And that argues strongly for player 2. I'm maybe taking away my advantage by building too many drones. But, like, I mean, on the other hand, my opponent did cut a drone for no reason, right? So I'm feeling okay about that side of things. Wow. That, I mean, sure, you might as well build that Doom drone. It's better than an engineer. It spends your red. An ossified drone. But you're not going to be able to click it for a really long time. I'm actually a little concerned about the Tia. Now that I think about it. Like, he is actually threatening a Tia next turn. Oh, man. Well? I think I could just counter Tia and win. No. Ossified is better, right? Unless, well, the downside is that you might, if you want to defend with this engineer before you would be comfortable multiplying the Doom drones, which is probably true. Yeah, so we build these guys. Although I can't counter Tia if I do this, huh? That's sort of weird. Is he really gonna be able to Tia? I think I might lose this. Because I built too many drones and let him do the good thing before me. Even though he, like, wasted a whole drone. I'm gonna build a Rhino so that I still have the 3 green. Yeah? There's a Tia, alright. But don't I have enough that I can just counter Tia? I think I do. Obviously I have enough green. I mean, don't I have enough defense? And I think the answer to that is yes. I can hold this turn. And right? Something like this? Like, he's gonna attack, and I'm gonna lose both Rhinos and 1 NG, and soak on Tia. Then I counter for 9 damage. I think this might be good. But not as good as I thought it would be. Oh, I don't think you can do that. You basically just have to build force fields. Well, I am losing 2 attack, I guess. I really dead here? I'm gonna have to like force field and hold 4 drones, I think, in order to have a chance at holding this. Because I'll have what? 2 NGs. And I need to put together 8 defense. That's 4 drones and a force field. I think that's actually falling short, isn't it? So we're doing this. And we're clicking this guy. That defends. And I guess an engineer? What a stupid game. Okay, this is not going to be a draw. I'm reasonably certain of that. So can he put together 8 defense? 3, 4, 7. I think the answer to that is no. And then my engineer will be what keeps his blood phage from killing my Tia next turn. And then I have enough attack to finish him off. Yikes. Oh wait, will I have enough attack to finish him off? He can build an engineer. Ah, but the blood phage can finish off the engineer. I just have to get through the animus in order to not draw him. Gosh, imagine if he built an extra drone. I don't think I played this set right. I think I needed to build an animus turn 2. But then I'm not like TIing, I don't know. Maybe conduit animus turn 2? That's pretty aggressive. I don't think that's right. Anyway, he's lost. I don't see any line for him that wins. Oh, and if he force fields, he can't even build an NG, right? What is this? I don't think not clicking Tia is any good. You're not going to do any better than getting 7 damage out of it, and that's what you're getting here. And I'll just kill you if you don't click it, so... Right, blocking with it doesn't help because I'm actually breaching just to kill the Tia. It might be an interesting breach decision, I guess, if he does something like this. Right, I haven't really thought it out. We're clearly killing the Tia. And I guess the 2 drones is fine? Yeah. Blood phage kills an engineer, not the Tia, so we don't have to kill it. Well... Rating +6. That tells me he was rated quite a bit below me. And, I should be ashamed of making it this close after his error on turn 1. Look at these. These curves are ridiculous. He did exactly the same thing as me a turn earlier, or a half turn earlier. But I was ahead on economy, which was enough, I guess. What a silly game. I don't know. I feel bad. Like, if you know your opponent's made a mistake like this, like, let's say we look at analyze mode, right? Something that sometimes happens is like player one just passes. Oh no, like, what, you know, you could just take your win and be like, see ya. But since harvesting drones is optional, you can actually pass the turn back and say, go ahead. And you could do something similar if player one, like, builds a single drone, right? You could say, oh, well, that's not the turn you meant to take. I could do this to sort of signal my intention of letting him have a do-over. And the way he should respond is by harvesting no drones, but building the drone that he meant to build last turn. And now we're back to the typical lines, right? Like, he's got, it's turn 2, even though it's turn 4 here. And he's got the choice of, does he want to build third NG? I've got the natural conduit. Like, all the lines are the same. I think I would certainly do that if he had, like, just not harvested his drones and passed. But when he harvests them all and builds a drone, well, two things about that. First, it's not like 100% guaranteed that this was a mistake. He might have done this on purpose. It's hard to imagine, but, you know, that enables you to build Animus Conduit turn 2. Maybe he thinks that's the best opening. And you also, like, put yourself in more danger as player 2, or as... If you're attempting to, like, be a good sport, when your opponent literally does nothing on his turn, you can do nothing back and not be at a disadvantage if he was messing with you. Or doing it on purpose or whatever. But if he builds a single drone and I, like, build a single drone, and then say, go ahead, take your turn, and he, like, then just goes on to take the turn 2 he was planning to take or whatever, I've damaged myself, right? And so against, like, one of the top players, like, let's say I was playing against a Pooch or something, and he'd made this play. First of all, I'd think he was doing it on purpose, and that Conduit Animus really is the thing to do here. But I also would trust a Pooch to, if I made this play, either he didn't do it on purpose, and he now responds by, like, saying, thanks, building a drone and passing back to me. Or he says, no, I really did mean to do that. Take your turn. Right? And it works out. But I wasn't sure that the opponent I was playing against would recognize that I was trying to give him the chance to get his turn back and respond appropriately, depending on whether that's the turn he meant or the turn he didn't mean. I don't know. So at any rate, I was a little bit like, I wasn't sure what to do in response to this totally bizarre play from an unknown player. I wasn't sure if we would share a common understanding of what it would mean if I were to pass my turn 1. And I didn't want to insult him either, if he did understand, by saying, this is an obviously terrible opening, shouldn't you do something else? Because it's not, like, strictly 0% good. Like, maybe Conduit Animus is what he wanted, although it's hard to believe. And also, this way, a new player learned to be a little more careful with the end turn button, I guess. And I guess, like, what he did is only a single drone worse. A single dollar worse, not even a single drone. A single dollar worse than, like, drone, then drone conduit, right? But that single dollar could make a big difference in a set like this. And I think that must be the opening he had in mind, was double drone, then drone conduit. And I think I do need to respond with a conduit of my own, so I can threaten a Tia. Rather than going Animus first. I don't get to counter Tia that often, so I'm glad that this was a set where it seemed like it was going to work, and then also, in fact, actually did work. A very, very near thing, though. I mean, jeez. Alright, what could he have done better if he had $1 more at some point here, right? Let's look at that. This turn, he could have droned instead of building an Engie, I guess. That would probably have been pretty good for him. I don't know, I think that actually might be enough that he wins. Huh. Well, okay, so I guess the important note for me to take here is, although my opponent's opening is clearly not correct, the equivalent opening of like double drone, then cut a drone to build a conduit turn 2, is an interesting play for player 1 to make in a sort of Tia or other red-green set. I don't often cut a drone for a conduit like you cut for something else. Like, well... Right, a turn... Hang on. Turn 1, turn 2. Yeah. You don't often get a turn 2 conduit. I guess as player 1, you don't often get a turn 2 animus either, right? Like, it's possible. And you cut for blast forges not super infrequently. But I don't often cut for conduit, and I should remember that it's an option. I think it's a good approach to this set, honestly. Try to get some edge out of what looks like a strongly player 2 set by going for the rush a bit quicker. Well, cool. Good effort by my opponent. Oh, look at that, and we won. So here's some numbers. Hope you guys like numbers. I don't know. Do you guys think it's silly that I do this and just say enjoy the numbers? I don't know. I hope you don't mind my little silliness. Oh, all right. We'll go spend an Omnipower core as well. You see people in streams who are like, they spend minutes deciding what to click, and chat's like, no, try 2-0, like, or well, 2-1, because they usually think in one index, but like, I guess it's exciting for people, but I just like, I don't know, I'd rather just do this and like get whatever I get. I'm not super excited about any of this. I don't like the chibi skins. I don't really want any of them ever. Honestly, like the Japan drone is kind of cute. I'm not Japanese, but I don't know. I don't really want many of. I don't want a flag drone. Like I don't want a USA drone. I don't really want any of the other country flags either. Should I actually flip here? Probably not. It's only good if we hit a red, and like the odds of that are 1 in 5. So okay. I kind of like that. The set is nuts. Very good. I think you say maybe used against you. Very cute. I don't like the hand-painted ones. They just look a little bit worse than the normal ones to me. So I'll just pick up this emote. I don't imagine myself ever using it, but there you go. Okay, cool. Well, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.